I guess they're not concerned what you're bringing down into Mexico, just what you're bringing back.
Well, they don't care.
Yeah.
When you bring, if you think, they're always thinking that they might catch somebody, or if they catch somebody that has an issue with the vehicle or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of ways you get into Canada. I mean, Canada, you can take trails into Canada.
Yeah, there's so much unprotected border. It's very easy border to cross. Yeah. How was your experience in general hopping freight? It's something I've never done. I thought about doing, but I'd never tried it.
Okay, here's the facts.
All right.
If you don't know how to do it, don't do it.
That's what I was thinking. I wanted someone to show me before I would ever try it myself.
Well, first thing you want to remember is never jump on or off a moving train.
Okay, has to be stationary.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want that train to be stationary. At least the first couple of times, until you get used to it.
Yeah.
But say you were to hop a moving train, all right, you want to be able to count the nuts on the wheel, all right?
Yeah.
There's only 3. You count 4, 5, 2, 1. Probably not a good idea.
Okay.
All right. Not to mention, the train can speed up and pull you into the wheels and chop you up.
Yeah.
So why not? So you jump on a stop train and don't ever jump into Southern California, Chicago. Remember these yards: Southern California, Chicago, or into Idaho.
Or Idaho. Okay.
All right. 3 places you don't want to hop at because it's terrorism.
Okay.
All right. That's a hefty charge. You don't want to get into that. All right. Stop all your travels altogether.
Yeah.
All right. But if you hop out different areas, other areas around the United States, not too bad. If you got caught, it's criminal trespass. It's either 1 day in jail or $100.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah. Now, what type of freight cars are you looking for? Like what type of?
For a grainer.
A grainer?
Hobbit holes inside of it.
Those are the ones that kind of come in at the bottom a little bit, right?
They come out on the sides.
Yeah.
And the Canadian grainers are the best. I love.
Those ones with the little hole in there. They got the little hole and you can climb inside.
They got 2 holes like this.
Yeah.
And the other one has a 1 hole and then 2 holes on the side. That's the American grainer. And the Canadian grainer has 2 holes on the side and has a big box inside of it.
Oh really? So you got room to spread out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the size of 2 king-size beds.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge.
Yeah. And I'm guessing once you're in there, no one's really going to catch you, right?
Nobody's going to go in there and look for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
And then prepare for the elements because you're out there, you don't have any. Yeah.
I mean, I've hopped they call me. They say I'm crazy, but I'll tell you what. If you have the right gear, you're on the right cars.
Yeah.
You can do some wild stuff. But I took the High Line through the winter just to go up to up Whitefish.
Yeah.
The train stops up there, and you're up on the mountains.
Yeah.
All right. And you're so high that in the wintertime you see the Aurora Borealis.
Really?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's like the only chance that I got to see that, until I went further north. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can see up there. I mean, you get above the clouds.
Yeah.
But plus it's true freedom.
Yeah, that would be.
When you're up there and there's nothing else around you.
Did you like hitchhiking more or hopping freight more?
I like hopping freight more.
Because you had complete independence and you weren't
Yeah. It ain't like when you're hitchhiking, you're depending on somebody else. When you're traveling like I am down now, you're still depending on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on that freight, that conductor doesn't know you're on there.
No, and you find yourself a ride and you get it, and then you're on it.
And you're on it.
Yeah.
But when I first started jumping train, there was these old people that used to just jump from, go to the yard because they didn't have a car. They were older people. They were just going to the grocery store up the road.
Oh, really?
And they taught me about junkers and stuff like that. And then when I started riding, like continuously riding on freights. I met a guy named Kilo, and he taught me so much about freights. I thought I knew something. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
he taught me different places to hop out.
Okay.
What they call what is it? Crew jumping. What do they call that? Crew change.
Crew change, like where they pull over to swap out the conductor on the train. Yeah.
Crew changes that were ever made, except for like the really old ones, are all garbage.
Yeah.
Straight garbage. Because anybody that has a crew change, like from this year or the last 10 years back, it's just straight garbage because they should switch it out so often.
Yeah.
You know, the best thing to do is if you're going east and on the west side of the yard.
Yeah.
If you're going west, you're on the east side of the yard.
Okay.
You know, same goes with north and south. You know, and then it doesn't take rocket science to just look at a compass.
Okay.
And if you could jump on any train that's one car, that's called an LM.
Yeah.
That means it's going all the way across the United States and you are not stopping.
Really?
Okay, so if you didn't plan on grabbing enough water, well, you should have because you might die.
How long would a cross-country train trip last? Like a week?
See, I used to jump on this thing called the Juice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can even get on it anymore because it's so heavily armed. But like, they ship like army stuff now with it. You know what I mean? But it used to be only like orange juice and oranges.
Yeah.
On these cars, right? And you jump it from Orlando all the way down to Maine.
Yeah.
And it's like a 5.5 day ride.
5.5.
Through.
All the way down the...
And what it does is, the reason why it goes for 5.5 days is because it's got a loop and go all the way into Chicago and then all the way back.
Oh, okay. So that's a big detour, yeah.
So you're going 70 miles an hour like this. And then
you're doing a big cut, yeah.
And then, but everything in the Northeast has to go through Chicago.
Yeah. That's the major hub.
It's the main hub.
So, like, if you catch something out of Chicago and you're going through Chicago, you said don't hop in Chicago?
Don't hop in Chicago for several reasons. It used to be criminal trespass there. I've hopped there before, but I'd never recommend a new person to hop there.
Yeah.
Only because they will grab you by the foot, yank you off the train, and beat you up.
Yeah.
And whatever stuff you have, they're not burning.
Really?
Yeah. They want
That's
you not
harsh.
to ever do that again.
Yeah. Now, if you were hopping in the Northeast, you said it has to go through Chicago. So if it's going through Chicago, if you're already on the train, are you good? Or should you get out before Chicago?
You want to get on something called a junker.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a mismatched train. And that thing goes real slow. And remember, you want to get on this train with somebody that has a lot of experience on the rail.
Yeah.
Don't get on it. Don't even go to Chicago. First, as soon as it starts to get close to Chicago, you're like, no man, I'm really not down with this. Get off the train, go somewhere else, man.
Okay. So bypass it and catch a train going past Chicago, like after it's already passed?
If I'm going from the West Coast to the East Coast, I jump off in Springfield, Illinois.
Yeah.
Because there's city buses that go all the way through Illinois. It's like Iowa.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, I just hitchhiked the whole thing.
So you can take a city bus for $1.10 in Iowa, go all the way through Iowa, and then take another city bus in Illinois and go all the way through Illinois.
With transfers?
No, it's one bus, and they run every like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And there's bus stops for them. Everybody knows about them.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
Go for the whole state.
Yeah.
And you know another place that does that? Vermont. You can go jump on a bus in Vermont, and it goes from one. I guess Vermont's so small though. It goes from one city just right to the next.
Didn't know it. That's very useful information.
Yeah.
I already went through there, but now I know.
And Vermont, they ask for a $1 donation, but if you don't have that dollar, that's fine too.
You can get on free?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get on free.
Good. Yeah.
It's a great place. I'm surprised they had a gathering there. I was shocked by that. Because it's so small.
Yeah. He's talking about city buses that connect cities.
Too bad you already passed up Minnesota, man. There's there's a Rainbow Family Gathering going on there. It's like 600 or 700 people.
Is that going on right now?
No, it's next month.
It's next month, yeah.
Next month.
Are you going to Sturgis for this? Was it next weekend where the big thing is going on?
I'm going to Sturgis for rally. And I'm going there to work at the Beaver Barn.
You're sorry?
I said I'm going to work at the Beaver Barn.
Oh, okay.
It's a family barn. Probably just want to throw trash and do parking lot stuff.
Yeah.
Cash without taxes. Great. Talk about $3 or $4 grand in 3 weeks.
Yeah, mostly in tips.
No, that's just working.
Oh, okay.
That's not even including tips.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
Do you go there every year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have somebody travel with me, I have to work too. Ain't nobody usually sitting on at the lot that ain't working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they issue a cabin. No, they give you everything. But there's other bars out here that are working even longer than that. They're working 120, 140 hours a week.
Really? That's pretty brutal.
They're working every hour of every minute of every day.
Yeah.
If they think if they can, they will. You know what I mean? And there's some pretty big bars out here, so they will. You know, they'll work you until you quit.
Yeah.
But if working ain't no big deal for you,
Then you can clear some decent money.
That's the reason I come out here is to work. You know, I'm trying to get as many hours as I possibly can. If they give me 24 hours a day, I'll take it.
Yeah. And you kind of do that all year? Like you hop from place to place as different things are going on? You have reliable work in these different places?
Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll hit up little regionals and stuff in the middle, you know, and maybe I'll pick up on some trip work or something in the States, like Minnesota, Washington.
Yeah.
You know, a couple weeks or a couple months trip work. I mean, even a couple of months of trip work. That's, you know, you're making like almost 10 grand. Like $6 grand. It's anywhere from 6 to 10 grand. 2 months.
Yeah.
It's good money.
It's not bad at all.
Not to mention all the back pot I'm just giving to you. You know what I mean? It's just unrealistic. It's crazy. But it's good, you know. That's any way I get money, you know. And then I'll bring all my money. I just got a house out in New Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, some land. And I'll put money towards all my land, pay taxes or whatever, and leave it.
Yeah. How long every year do you stay at home? Or is it?
At home?
Yeah, in New Mexico.
Well, I was there 2 weeks when I first bought the property. How long were we there? A day.
At the property, just a day.
So I was there a day. So 2 weeks, 1 day.
And how long have you had it now?
For only a couple of months. 8 months.
8 months. You've been there 2 weeks.
No, 3 months. I've only been there 3 months.
3 months. Okay. 3 months and 8 months. So yeah, not too much.
2 weeks, 1 day. I was there 2 weeks with my girlfriend, and then I caught her cheating on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I called her family, got her pick her up, and I left out to the Rainbow Family National. Picked up some people along the way. Was working there, doing setting up, whatever. I lost my face a couple times. Met this good old girl and some other folks.
That was at the Rainbow Gathering where you met? Yeah.
Yeah. That was I mean, it was nice. Don't get me wrong. It was nice. But there was a lot of crap there. Like there's these flies that land on like your blanket or your tent out there.
Yeah.
And they would devour it.
Really?
By their maggots. They drop their eggs on there, and their eggs would make like this weird white thing that went around your tent would just fall apart.
Wow.
They would eat through your blankets. I'm like, it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I've never heard of that before. That's crazy.
So that was in right outside of Monaco, Georgia. Yeah, but like the cops are always real bad every national gathering, so there was a lot of people getting hit up for like minor charges like pot, paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And my seatbelt tickets, but they ended up throwing all the seatbelt tickets out because it was like, I guess it was like 1,300 seatbelt tickets. Here's the number.
1,300 in seatbelt tickets?
Yeah.
What?
But at the beginning of the gathering, 400 dudes were arrested, and about 26 girls were arrested. And then a lot of their charges were thrown out too because there's a judge court order. There always is, because what happens is the town gets generated so much money that the town starts to love us.
Yeah.
All right, because we're like putting into their grocery stores. We're buying everything they have, all their eggs, all their flour, everything. You know what I mean? All their everything. Like we literally shop the Walmart completely dry. All right. So.
How many people are at this gathering? Sorry.
Well, there was 10,000 this year.
10,000 in a small town.
In a small town.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah. So.
That would do it.
So at the end of the gathering, like there's been larger gatherings. I've been to the gatherings where there was 35,000 people. And we hit up one little town, Cuba, New Mexico, was like, I think it was 28,000 people.
Yeah.
All right. And at first they were like kind of pressing issues, and then they ended up throwing out everything. They actually gave us a thank you thing to the gathering on how much money we generated from our town.
Yeah.
It was somewhere between like $300,000 to $400,000 we generated for their town.
That's pretty good.
They said their town, because their town was falling under.
Yeah.
You know.
And now that's a yearly thing in that town, or do they change it up?
Now it's coming back to life.
Yeah.
You know, they want us to come back.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they'd come back.
But does it switch up the location every year, or do they?
It's a new location every year, and they can't come back to one location until it's been at least 10 years.
Yeah.
All right, because what happens is they dig their own shitters and everything and stuff like that. So you don't want to be digging into, some shit, right?
Yeah.
Right. So like, it takes 5 years for fecal matter to break down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right, and then it takes a couple of years past that before trees grow on it, and then it takes a couple of years past that for the trees to be big enough where we wouldn't dig there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, when after a gathering leaves, they naturalize everything.
Yeah.
And then when they come back, 10, 11 years later, you don't even recognize the area.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? It's all just come back to wild, all natural again. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know when we got back to Montana, like cops there. First time, they were like checking like every first Montana gathering. They didn't even bother checking any cars.
Yeah.
All right. They just waved at us.
Yeah.
A lot. They were real happy to see us. So.
I was always there.
Yeah. Because they didn't want to hit anybody up. They didn't want to hit nobody up for arrest nobody because we were generating so much money, and that gathering ended up getting really big. It got over the years our gatherings were getting smaller, but like it still got pretty big. 23,000 people.
That's still really big.
One gas station, one grocery store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And when they found out we were coming back, they ordered more food. And we still ran them out of food. Like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know? So they were like really happy. So super happy over there. And they did, they hit up a couple of people for like, for harder drugs.
Yeah.
And only because one guy was like doing heroin and he got hit up because, I mean, if you were here, he was like knocked out with a needle in his arm or something on the road. And they just went by him and they seen him and they were like, alright. They put him in the back of the cruiser and they hit him up for that. I don't think he ended up getting much time out of that, luckily. But still, I guess you gotta do your thing if you're not, so you don't die, but I don't know.
Yeah. You never got into that?
I'm not into like shooting up anything.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's wrong. Collapsing your veins and that.
Shit in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
That's like disrespecting all of my elders, all of my ancestors. My bloodstream.
Not only that, man, but it causes strokes, it causes heart attacks.
Yeah, of course it does.
I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff coming from my neck. Now, I don't see anything wrong with smoking opium. Smoking opium, there's nothing wrong with that. I went over to Brazil and that, and I'll tell you what, they got some really good opium over there, and I had no problem. And when I was up in Canada, I got some opium, and when I was out in Pennsylvania, just one time I got some opium from this Amish guy, this old Amish guy, and it was real good opium. But I don't trust the opium on the streets.
No. Okay. Yeah.
It's called dragon's blood, and what it is, it's not opium at all. It's violin resin.
It's violin. Oh,
resin.
Yeah.
It's for resining your violin.
Yeah.
All right. So when people smoke it, they're smoking a toxin.
Yeah.
All right, and it hits you like, I guess it hits you like opium, but that's what everybody sells.
That's pretty screwed up.
In America.
Yeah.
So I don't royally try to buy opium.
Yeah.
But if I've seen real opium, yeah, sure. And I was not like driving or anything, or not trying to like do some stuff. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll take a couple bucks on some opium. Lay back, relax. Sure. But do I get into it all the time? Not really.
So you've really only done it when you found it kind of at the source where like they actually have it in great amounts,
Yeah. When I was out in Chile too, it was so easy to come by. People were they use it for money train.
Yeah.
Like instead of like I worked at this little plantation field, and they paid me in like their money, and then because they didn't have enough of their money to go around, they just started giving everybody opium.
Really?
Yeah.
And that you can use that as a currency. Yeah.
Like a ball of opium for currency. Yeah. And out in Brazil, there's no charge behind it anymore.
Yeah.
All drugs are legal.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So on the river there, if you get like don't go near the city because that's a horrible idea. You get killed out there real quick.
Uh-huh.
Because because there's a lot of gangs and they all carry machetes.
This is Brazil you're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can just run up in a park. There's no real laws out there for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can carry around a machete anywhere. So like, you can walk into a hotel and they can walk into a hotel with a machete and be like, give me all your money or I'm gonna machete you down.
Yep. So you give them your money?
So,
yeah. But
or they can just take you behind a bush and just stab you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So where you went was more rural?
Yeah. Well, where I went was actually more poor.
Yeah.
A lot more poor. But on the other side of it, there's less gang violence.
Yeah.
All right. Where I was like all canoes and stuff like that, like homemade built canoes and homemade built boats, and like, you know, John boats and that for the more fancy people. But it was just on the river and people had all their little shacks out there. It was nice. I mean, it was real nice. I mean, snakes, gigantic snakes in the water, you know.
Yep.
You know.
It's a good time.
You know, huge alligators and crocodiles. I mean, gigantic things living in the water. You know, and
so did you swim anyway?
Nope. Don't take the bath. Don't even get in the water.
Yeah.
All right. Because here's the thing. There's about 10,000 things in that water that can kill you.
Yeah.
All right. That's not even including, you know, the germs and all the fucking other stuff. They can get inside, you know, a little cut, make your leg fall off. You know, there's bugs out there that are crawling inside your ears, whatever. You know, I mean, don't lay out on the flat ground, get your hammock.
Yeah.
Because
stay away from the bugs, yeah.
There's a worm out, there's a slug out there, they call it a butt slug. And I've seen it happen to people. They climb up your ass and they fucking eat your fecal matter, and then it'll grow real big, so you can't get it out. Cut you open and pull that thing out of you.
That's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of horrible things out there. Don't sleep on the ground. Don't let anybody tell you it's okay to sleep on the ground.
Yeah. Even in a tent, will it get through the tent?
Hmm?
Will it get through the tent?
Oh, I don't know if it can get through the tent, but you know, just watch yourself. There's malaria. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. Did you take anti-malarials when you were out there?
Yeah.
Have you been to Africa before?
No, I haven't been to Africa.
Would you like to go?
What?
Would you like to?
Go.
Yeah.
I would love to go to
yeah,
Africa.
me as well.
That'd be nice. I wouldn't want to go there unarmed though.
Yeah.
But,
what would you arm yourself with? Like just
something.
Okay.
I mean, depends on where I was going in Africa. I wouldn't go to South Africa.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think it's going to depend on where you are in South Africa. I'm sure there's good areas and not so good areas.
Yeah, there's a lot of not so good areas. I know a friend of mine just went down there. There's a lot of not so good areas, but there's a lot of okay areas, you know. And there's probably a lot of really great areas the further you go down.
Yeah.
You know. But I would like to go to Northern Africa. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or
like Morocco and stuff, or
I wouldn't mind going to like a lot of different areas. I wouldn't mind even going to Europe. Europe would be nice.
You've never been to Europe yet?
No.
It's definitely worth checking out. Do you have some places that stand out to you, country-wise, in Europe?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind hitting up Berlin.
Berlin?
Yeah,
that's a cool city.
Yeah, just, you know, they got all the biggest pot industry there.
Oh, do they?
So why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? I wouldn't mind hitting up Poland.
Poland was cool, yeah. I went all around Europe in 2015. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like all over.
I just recently found out I have a couple family members left there, so I wouldn't mind going up there. You know, just hang out, go see my family. They told me to come up. They told my grandmother to tell me to come up. They said they got a place for me to stay. It works for me right now.
That's in Poland?
That's in Poland.
Yeah.
You know, I just got a house here. I mean, let's see what happens with this first.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. Is your house in a town or city, or is it out rural?
It's out in the country.
Yeah.
There's really there's only a couple people live around me.
That's nice.
You know? Really nice little area. I got patchy teardrops everywhere. I can tell you from around the country here and sell them.
Yeah.
For $20 a piece. People buy them up, put them in rings. Whatever.
Sorry, what are those?
Patchy teardrops.
Yeah.
It's a black stone. I'll show you when I drop you off.
Okay, cool.
It's a black stone like this.
Yeah.
You put your hand in black. You put a light underneath it. It's clear.
That's cool.
Ancient glass.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing that bubbled up out of the earth was a patch of teardrops.
Okay.
It shot up into the sky and it rained down. But like if you get the natives consider them sacred. So they're buying them up for a lot more.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, everywhere, all over the United States. But they say it's on the Trail of Tears. Something like that. But all it is like rare volcanic glass. That's all it is.
And you've got a lot of it?
Yeah, well, I got a good little bit. You know, but where I'm at, I can like literally get a trash bag of it.
And sell it for $20 a piece?
And sell them for like that piece for $20 a piece.
That's not a bad gig.
It's not a bad gig. But I really can't sell for too much out in New Mexico. Because a lot of people know about them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they go for like 10 for little ones. But out here, man, I don't even know anything about that, man. They think, because all this grass out here and all this other stuff, you can't see them,
Yeah.
You can't find what you're looking for. You gotta dig for it. So when they see a patch of teardrop, they're like, oh my God, I know what that is. They buy them up, and then they'll polish them down and put them in rings.
You've got a lot of interesting information. I'm learning some things, and like about the freight hopping and stuff. I'd never met anyone that had done it extensively, so it's useful information for me because it's something I haven't been exposed to. I've hitchhiked for 4 years in 25 countries now, but I haven't hopped any freight or done anything like that.
Well, if you hop freight in other countries, there's no charge at all, right?
Yeah.
All right. The Mounties, when they could see me, they thought I was like an illegal Mexican or some guy.
Yeah.
And they're like the apple fields are over there or something like that. Right. And I'm starting to walk away, and then they notice I was white underneath. They're like, "Hey, you stop!" I'm like, "Oh shit!" And they hit me up, and they're like, something. Don't you know something or other? He's like, don't you know it's not good to hop a freight? And you might get chopped up like that or something like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna get chopped up. I've been doing this a while. They asked me where I was coming from. Then he wanted to know if I had a pizza or something. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I don't. I was like, I'm just off the freight. I got on the freight. They were like, well, you're in Canada. I was like, oh, all right. I was playing like I didn't know what was going on. Like, oh, I must have gone on the wrong one. He's like, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. He's like, I'll buy you a beer. And he went down to the bar, and he bought me a big ass beer. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, once you get down drinking that, I'll bring you across. Sweet. They brought me into Vermont. I was like, because when I hopped on the freight, it went across. It's supposed to just go straight up.
Yeah.
But it went across, like southern Canada, man, I slugged that beer down so quick. He's like, wow.
Yeah.
He's like, I never see someone drink that quick. I was like, I'm so dehydrated. I've drunk 8 of the beers.
Does it get when you go through tunnels in a train? Does that get rough? Like if it's a diesel operated train, like does it get all smoky in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you down too because that's diesel. I mean, I rode just in case.
Really?
Yeah, that was scary as fuck.
That would be. I'd be terrified.
I was on top of one of the oil cars.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I'm holding onto the bars and just going back and forth on this train, going back and forth because it was going through from Florida to Mississippi and went through Louisiana into Texas.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna die. Well, nobody stopped the train. Nobody stopped that damn train. I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, on a double stack or something like that. Maybe with a porch.